Okay, I started out and I made a nice little video about this 201. And if you look right here, you can see where I chiseled out all the old grease. And there's a little bit left here on the gear. You can see the discoloration. After I chiseled it all out, I also got all the lint out from the inside up here. And then I covered it in goop using my toothbrush and cleaned it up. I've still got a little bit of residual of the old grease that is hanging here. So let me show you. See how that'll just chisel off? It's just really dry and brittle. So I'm going to get the rest of that off as much as possible. I just don't want to leave that old grease gobbing up these gears. Okay? So I'm just going to pick a little bit of that, and I want it to look nice. I mean, does anybody know? No, but I do. I know. So I really just want that to be nice. Same with over here. I've got a little bit of old grease that I can chisel off of this gear area here, and I can coat it with a little bit more goop. You can see it's nice and shiny. When I started, it was all this golden, dirty color from the old oil that's just spent years baking on. This machine, when you look up the year on it, it's from June of 1950. This is a Singer 201, known as the Rolls-Royce of sewing machines. They claim that this one was actually used, or not this one, but one like it was actually used to sew the leather seats in the Rolls-Royce automobile because of the fine stitching that is known to this machine. Okay, so it's not, other than using one hand and it being a little difficult to try to look through the camera at the same time, it's not going to take much to just get the rest of this off, and then using a little bit more goop, I will finish cleaning this up. I'll continue to rotate with the hand wheel and just work off. See that? Just there. Okay, these guards that protect the underneath gears. Son, please turn that down. These guards that cover these gears, they've got some old hardened oil in them as well. I'll put some goop in those and clean those up. And a lot of times this one, and it sits here. Let me see if I can show you. It sits here like this. I like to remove that one in particular because if someone's using pins, they will drop down through the bobbin case and drop into this. So you'll have broken pins and all kinds of... This one didn't have it, surprisingly, because usually that's what I find in this one. And this one will have lots of debris in it as well, and it doesn't. But typically, that's what's going to be there, and that's just going to be, you know, rubbing on your gears and jamming things up and wrapping around things. You get old string in there. So we wanted to make sure that all this was free and clear and all the old grease is out of it. And then we will repack these gears with some nice fresh lubricant and cover those back up, and then we'll start working on the top portion of the machine. It's just gonna look better, and it's just gonna make this machine, like I said, from 1950 to now, this machine has been a runner and was used by this particular family's mother until she passed away just not too many years ago. And they decided that no one in the family was going to want this machine, so they decided to let it go. And I just know this is a fine machine, an excellent machine for a seamstress, fantastic for doing quilting and piecework. So we're going to get it so that it'll run for another 50 plus years. All right. Let me pause my video again, and I'll work on this a little bit more and see if we can show an improvement. Okay, so now the bottom of the machine is thoroughly covered with goop, and all that old stuff is more or less chiseled off. I want to show you how well this is going to clean up. It's going to involve a little bit of wiping at this point. It's going to probably involve a few Q-tips, carefully used. But this is going to be nice and clean. I have taken the covers over. I covered them in goop. Boy, I just cannot speak. You can see the amount of just greasy dirt. Taken them over and I've placed them in the sink. They've been scrubbed with goop, so they will get washed and dried really well. Now you can see what that's going to do for the bottom of that machine. Once we get that all wiped down, it's going to be much better than having it. It was really, really just tacky with old oil. So it's just not going to be collecting dirt and grime in that old grease and oil. You can see a lot of the stuff that we chiseled out of the bottom, just old grease. It'll get a fresh coat. The covers will be fresh and clean, and we will move our way up to the top side of the machine. All right. If you have any questions about this, please feel free to ask. And we will return to the bottom, and we will make sure that we don't have any leftover from the goop after we work on the entire machine. But I've never had any issues from the goop causing any problems. It's a wonderful product, and it works well on many things. Like I said, it will clean the top of your cook stove, the front of your refrigerator. It does wonders for the interior of a car, like where things have built up over time. Sometimes you pick up a used vehicle and there'll be like a little bit of grime on the armrest. This stuff will take it right off. It's great on the tile floor. The grout works better than anything else I've tried. Love the stuff. Big fan. They should make me a sponsor. Well, they probably won't. I pick it up at Harbor Freight in these great big containers. I used to get the little ones, and then I was running back and forth all the time. This is a 4.5 pound container from Harbor Freight. Home Depot used to carry it. I don't know why they stopped, but go to Harbor Freight. Have a great day.